Hello there, grumpy old fart here. I try to delve into some older UFO cases because last year and this year, the U.S. Navy and the Pentagon have announced that UFOs are indeed real, and there's supposed to be this report coming out in June, next month, as a matter of fact, about UFO disclosure. They're supposed to reveal everything the intelligence agencies know about UFOs to Congress. Hopefully, we'll get to see that report. That being said, I try to do older UFO cases because now that we know UFOs are indeed real, there's some people who have been ostracized, who've been targeted. Might be too strong a word. I don't know, but their lives have been turned upside down. They see a UFO, report it, and next thing you know, oh no, they're crazy. We can't let them do this. We can't. Pilots have lost their flight status. People have lost their careers over this stuff. So what I try to do is revisit older stories that, I don't know, they have some basis in fact, with provable evidence, as opposed to, I saw this and that's that. You see what I'm saying? Any idiot can see a light in the sky. You'd be half tanked on alcohol and see something in the sky and not know what it is. What I try to focus on is cases with actual evidence, physical evidence that you can measure. So, consequently, those cases are hard to find. There's a lot of witnesses who see a lot of things. Physical evidence is a whole different critter. Okay, I did one on the Kelly, Kentucky incident where the family had to defend their home against some of these what they considered aliens, goblins, whatever you want to call them, and they shot up their house. There was physical evidence. You don't blow your house to pieces with firearms and not get a payday. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to this case here. Carl Higden, Higdon, I guess. Higdon, Hidan. Oh, excuse me, Hidan. O-N, maybe? I can't read my damn writing, sorry. Carl Higdon from 1974. This case has physical evidence, and we're going to get to that. In 1974, Carl Higdon was hunting in Medicine Bow National Forest. He was out there hunting, doing his thing. It was getting towards evening time, and he fired at an elk. But, of course, it ran away. And he noted that his bullet was traveling in slow motion. He was then, as he went to go try to retrieve the bullet, he was then overcome with a strange feeling, and he saw a humanoid over 6 feet tall. This humanoid was wearing a black jumpsuit with a wide belt decorated with a 6-pointed star and some sort of a yellow emblem. It had straight hair and it was standing up. No eyebrows, bow legs, long arms. This is about as far from one little grays as you can get. Now, instead of hands, it had these rod-like appendages. I'm just telling you what they said, what the guy said. Now, long story short, this guy had a short visit to their home planet. While he was there, they gave him some pills about, something about if he was hungry, he could eat these. Many buildings that he saw resembled the Seattle Space Needle. And their sun was very, very hot. The sun in the sky was very hot. Now, he was returned 2.5 hours later. And he was staggering around trying to find his truck. And basically, when he finally did find his truck, he's radioing for help. The sheriff found him basically at midnight. He was exhausted and he was frantic. And he was shouting, "They took my elk." Oh, I missed a part here. Sorry. When he was initially there, he was the alien dude was joined by 2 more aliens, and they were carrying the elk that he had shot at. So he was shouting to the sheriff, "They took my elk." The sheriff was concerned for this man, so of course, common sense, you take him to the hospital. So he did. Now this guy was examined. Now get this. his vitamin levels were miraculously high. Okay, one would assume it had something to do with those pills. But Carl Higdon also had tuberculosis marks on his liver, or excuse me, on his lungs rather, and these tuberculosis marks were gone. So we have physical evidence something abnormal did in fact happen. Because once you get tuberculosis marks, they don't go away. I'm just saying, they don't. On top of that, 3 other local people, including Higdon's wife, saw green and red lights in the sky on the night of his abduction. Okay, so we have a compelling story. It's weird, I admit, but it's compelling because there's physical evidence. Okay, we also have multiple eyewitnesses of the lights in the sky. So, to me, Mr. Higdon experienced something. We're not sure what, but it bears further investigation. Something cured his tuberculosis marks on his lungs, and the doctors recorded the abnormally high vitamin levels in his system. You don't get that from drugs. You don't get that from, pot or cocaine or whatever. Something abnormal happened to this guy. That's all I'm saying. And it does bear further investigation. This guy experienced something. And until we get a different explanation for it, you gotta kind of go with the alien dudes, Just saying. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.